As a government asks Manitobans to have faith in their ability to manage the spread of COVID-19, we ask them to work with us to help Manitobans practice their faith.
A Manitoba church is going to court after tens of thousands of dollars in tickets and fines were given to them after holding drive-in Sunday church services over the weekend in direct violation of public health orders. Springs Church in Winnipeg has been gathering against public health orders, allowing hundreds of people to participate in drive-in church services while the province has been under Code Red critical COVID restrictions. The church and its pastors have been issued over $32,000 in tickets, which they are now fighting in court as a violation of their rights and freedoms.
We have to ask ourselves why the government has deemed it unsafe for Manitobans to drive to their place of worship with their windows rolled up for the entirety of a service and practice their faith.
Senior pastor Leon Fontaine was not available for interview today, but did release a video and written statement to the media Tuesday, saying the government has established rules which prohibit people from gathering with people who aren't members of their household. They have deemed these rules sufficient to keep people safe as they drive to the liquor, cannabis, or big box retail store, park their car, and enter those facilities. If this is the case, we have to ask ourselves why the government has deemed it unsafe for Manitobans to drive to their place of worship.
I think that, frankly, I hope they understand that what we're trying to do here is save lives.
Counsel for Springs Church alleges the government is using public health orders as a hammer, trampling on the rights of the church and its congregation. Multiple churches have been pushing back against provincial public health orders, most recently the Church of God located near Steinbach, Manitoba. Legal counsel for Springs Church making it clear in court Thursday, Springs Church has no association with any of these organizations in Steinbach, adding they are not anti-mask or anti-vaccine. Springs alleges they have been told if they continue to hold drive-in Sunday services, the fines could now range from $100,000 to $1 million.
It's pretty clear that religious rights are being infringed in this case, and associational rights are being infringed.
Karen Busby is a professor of law at the University of Manitoba. Busby says it's easy to see that religious rights are being violated, but what is tricky is if the government will be able to justify the violation, and will the courts back the government or allow for an injunction on the health order making drive-in Sunday service, at least at Springs Church, allowable.
I would say most of the time in a COVID era, the courts are going to take a hands-off approach on the question of justification. If the government has a reasonable basis for enacting what they're enacting, and they're responding to an important need, then courts aren't going to second guess what they're doing.
A decision in this case is expected on Saturday. In Winnipeg, Mark Neufeld, City News.